I've watched so many movies and TV this month in July, but is there anything good worth your time watching? And is there anything to avoid altogether? Hey guys, thanks for joining me. Hope you're all keeping well. Welcome to another video. Welcome to Film and TV Monthly Roundup for July. Please hit that subscribe button for more videos if you can. It'd be fantastic to have you on board. Now, I started these particular videos last month in June. The idea of it is I watch the rubbish so you don't have to, but I can already see a pattern forming. Last month in June I watched 14 movies, 3 series or seasons and 1 documentary. This month in July I've watched 16 movies, 1 series and 1 really good documentary on Netflix. If you want to get involved in the comments below, please feel free to. What's the last thing you watched on TV? Anything good watching? Please put in them comments down below. It'd be amazing. Right, let's rewind the clock back all the way back to the beginning of July. Just before I begin, I just want to explain I do have my trusted iPad in front of me because it's impossible for me to remember everything I watched in July, and especially putting it all in order for you guys as well. I just would not remember, so I'm going to use my iPad and I will be looking down at my iPad. Normally I do my videos off the top of my head, but like I say, for this one I will be looking down. Right, let's begin. Going back to the beginning of the July, we started off on Netflix. If you have Netflix, this is a must watch. When I watched it, it was trending at number 1. I think it's trending at number 8 now. And it's a documentary called Unsolved Mysteries. And it's about paranormal encounters, unexplained deaths, and also missing people. I'm not going to dive too much into this because it is real events and real people. These things did take place, and honestly, it is shocking. You would not believe.
Give us a little help. That's what we're asking for.
I kept saying there is something bigger. I'm gonna find out.
We may have something more sinister going on.
All these years, we never spoke of it.
It just doesn't make sense.
Ça a été un choc. Ce que je ressens, c'est qu'il y a quelque chose de grave qui s'est passé.
Each episode is 45 to 50 minutes long. There's 6 of them, so it's an easy binge watch. Please do make sure you check out Unsolved Mysteries. I do hope they bring it back for a season 2, because at the end there is a phone number. If you know anything about what's happened, there's a phone number to phone as well. So it's good, and hopefully these families will have some calls coming through as well that will help them, because I just cannot believe it. It's so shocking. Make sure you do check out Unsolved Mysteries. Next, we watched a movie. It was a DVD. It's called Welcome to the Jungle from 2013. Jean-Claude Van Damme. Obviously, I did that Jean-Claude Van Damme special, so I was just trying to see if I could get one of his movies into my top 10. One of his not so recognised movies into my top 10. This did not make it. It was terrible. Honestly, it started off well until they got to the jungle and it just lost the plot completely. So I would avoid that at all costs, and that was from 2013, Welcome to the Jungle. Not good at all. Moving on to a movie that I never actually saw at the cinema, so I bought it on Blu-ray, very surprised, from 2019, Charlie's Angels, and it stars Kristen Stewart, Naomi Scott, Ella Balinska, I hope that's how you got to say her name, and also Elizabeth Banks as well. And like I say, a very good movie. It had a great story, great soundtrack, and there was also a twist in there as well. Very surprised. I got this really cheap and a really good watch as well. Next we watched, scary movie we watched from 2000, and it stars Anna Faris. Like I say, it was okay. It was good at its time. It's still quite funny, but like I say, we watched that. Next, we went on a Scary Movie fest. I watched Scary Movie 2 with my wife. I do think Regina Hall is a very good actress in this. Honestly, she's really good. At the start it's got The Exorcist, then there's Hannibal, and there's also, I don't know whether you can see at the back there as well, there's also a bit of Charlie's Angels in there as well. So like I say, we watched that. It was okay, it's nothing special. I've still got 3 and 4 to watch, so we'll see how that goes. After that, we went on to this from 2019, another movie I didn't actually see at the cinema, Knives Out. Stars Chris Evans, Daniel Craig, Jamie Lee Curtis, Catherine Langford, Michael Shannon, Don Johnson, and there's loads of others. It's a fully star cast, really good. I wanted to see what actually happened in the end. It reminded me a bit like of the movie Murder on the Orient Express. That's that sort of movie, really. Like I say, great cast. I didn't actually see that one at the cinema.
I'm Detective Lieutenant Elliot, and this is Trooper Wagner.
We just want to ask a few questions.
We understand the night of his demise, the family have gathered to celebrate your father's 85th birthday. How was it, by the way?
The party? Pre my dad's death? Oh, it was great.
Moving on. Okay, from 1997 we watched The Game. It's Michael Douglas and the director was David Fincher. Because I was doing a top 10 best movie twists of all time, I knew this had a movie twist in it, so I wanted to catch up and make sure, you know, it was worth putting into my top 10. It was, if you, like I say, I knew the twist was in there, so it wasn't that special. But if you've never seen this before, then I think this is a movie for you. It is quite an old one, like I say, it's from 1997 and well worth the watch. Next was a Stephen King classic from 1992, Sleepwalkers. And cats were the heroes in this movie. There's a particular scene I actually liked where the blue Trans Am in it, the blue Pontiac Trans Am, is trying to escape from the cops, and it changes, it disappears, and when it comes back, it changes into a red Ford Mustang. I mean, if only we could all do that with our cars, it'd be brilliant. Like I say, that's a classic from 1992, that was Sleepwalkers.
Charles Brady is new in town.
You can actually talk to him? Yeah, he's nice. Real nice.
The girls all like him. The teachers all respect him.
Your teachers in Ohio must have been sorry to lose such a creative young man.
The parents all trust him.
He's utterly charming.
But nobody really knows him like his mother.
Next we streamed from 2020 and it's called Inheritance. I did actually do a movie review on this one. Please make sure you do check out Inheritance movie review. Stars Lily Collins and Simon Pegg. It was just a really good movie. Great twist in there as well. And that is Inheritance from 2020. I actually streamed that because obviously the cinemas aren't open, so I streamed that one. On to Netflix, we went and watched Vacation from 2015. That stars Ed Helms and Christina Applegate. And also stars Chris Hemsworth as well. And it's a guy called Rusty who tries to reconnect with his family on a road trip. Not a bad film, quite funny in places. And they're on their way to Wally World. So yeah, it was quite a good watch on Netflix, like I say, a nice sort of comedy to watch. Next we watched a movie that I picked up from HMV on Blu-ray, which was very cheap, called Wind River. It stars Jeremy Renner and Elizabeth Olsen. It was an okay watch. To be honest, I lost interest in this movie because I had sound issues. I don't know whether it was my surround sound or not, but the background music and the actual music they put in the actual scenes was so loud I couldn't actually hear the actors' voices. It was so quiet. It wasn't well balanced at all, so I lost interest. But I don't know whether that's my system or whether that's the actual Blu-ray itself, but like I say, I would have liked to have seen a balance there, but it may have been my system, I don't know, but I just had sound issues. Right, moving on. This is a must-watch. You're going to have to search for this. This is on Netflix, and it's from 2018, called Calibra. It's about two lifelong friends that go on a hunting trip to Scotland, but things go badly wrong, and I mean badly wrong. It was a really good movie. If I was actually reviewing this movie, I'd have given it 5 popcorn rating, definitely, because it's one of them gems that you actually search for and you find. I've never heard of Calibra before, but honestly, to actually find this, it is a real gem to watch. I really enjoyed it. It stars Jack Lowden, Martin McCann and also Tony Curran, and director was Matt Palmer. Very good movie. Like I say, if you can search for that on Netflix, it's called Calibra, and that was from 2018.
Well, you boys have a good day's hunting out there, eh?
We will.
Reckon you can take down a deer?
Probably not, no.
Not everyone can do it.
Okay, what else? Right, things went very, very bad then, and I mean they went extremely bad for us. We were about halfway through the month. We went on to another movie on Netflix. It was from 2018, a movie called Slender Man. The movie was going well until it started off well, and in about the last 30 minutes of the movie, it just went completely stupid. I did not enjoy it at all. That is definitely one to avoid.
Here is the last site she visited. Slender Man. He preys on innocent youth.
What was that? I think this is how we get Katie back.
Those who hear the 3 bells toll accept his invitation. When you hear the first, you must close your eyes.
Katie!
Opening your eyes only once you've heard the third.
After Slender Man, we definitely needed a lift up, so I played it safe. I went for a classic from 1991, which I know is brilliant. My wife has never seen it before. It is Point Break. Stars Keanu Reeves, Patrick Swayze and Gary Busey from 1991. It's about these bank robbers that wear president's masks, and the cops think they are surfers, so they send Keanu Reeves in undercover to go in with these surfers. Absolutely brilliant film. Honestly, if you haven't seen Point Break, do watch it. Watch the one from 1991. That is the one you want. That one there. Do not watch the remake. The remake is absolutely terrible, but honestly, a really good film. Really did lift us up after Slender Man.
We are the ex-president.
Total commitment. It's a real thin line between life and death.
I'm not a crook.
It's not tragic to die doing what you love. If you want the ultimate, you gotta be willing to pay the ultimate price.
Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen, and please don't forget to vote.
You want to nail the bank robbers and be a big hero? Definitely. The ex-presidents are surfers.
You're trying to tell me the FBI is going to pay me to learn to surf?
Okay, moving on. Right, we're near the end now. We went back to Netflix. This is a movie I didn't actually watch. I was doing some editing in the same room when this was being played. My wife watched it. It's called Wild from 2014. It stars Reese Witherspoon, and she plays a divorced woman who is still trying to get over her mother's death and decides to hike alone on the Pacific Crest Trail with no previous experience. My wife said it was a really good film. Moving on, I think we're near the end now because this was the other day we watched this one. It's a classic horror from 1980, a classic horror franchise. I've never seen this on Blu-ray before. Friday the 13th. It was amazing. The colour was, honestly, it was amazing, honestly. It was so tense and it kept you on edge as well. I've seen this film loads of times, but the Blu-ray just made it, honestly. Like I say, the colour was brilliant. Can you imagine watching this back in 1980 in the cinema? It must have been so scary, unbelievable, I tell you. Moving on to the last movie we watched in July, a movie from 2019, stars Will Smith. I remember seeing this at the cinema. Gemini Man, bought this on 4K Steelbook. It's about a shooter that wants to retire, but he becomes a target himself. A particular good scene right at the beginning where Will Smith is the shooter and he's on the hilltops and he has to take out a guy on a high-speed train. The skill that is involved is unbelievable. Watching it at the cinema, it was quite a good movie up to the point where Will Smith has to fight his younger self, and then the CGI kicked in and I just couldn't sort of understand it. It was too fast for me. We watched this on 4K. Now, this is probably the best 4K movie I've ever seen. It's running at 60 frames per second. You guys are going to think I'm absolutely crazy and I've lost it and I'm bonkers. It's like you're standing behind the camera watching the action take part, watching the actors do their business. That is how realistic it is, as if you're behind that camera. I was waiting for the director to say cut. That's how realistic it was. Some of the scenery looked like sets to me personally. That's just how realistic it was. I couldn't get used to it, honestly. I didn't like it at all. I was waiting for the director, like I say, to say cut. That's just my personal opinion. If any of you guys have seen this in 4K, please put in comments down below. What do you actually think of it? I do actually think it's the best 4K movie for quality I've ever seen. Like I say, it is running at 60 frames per second. Very high quality, but I just could not get used to it. Like I say, it was as if I was behind that camera watching the actors do their part, play their part. If I'm going to watch this movie again, I'm just going to stick normal standard Blu-ray in. It was too realistic for me. I know you're going to think I'm crazy.
How'd he start you? Hunting, birds, rabbit? I'm guessing 19, 20 years old, the first time he ordered you to shoot a person. 25 years ago, he took my blood. He made you from me. He's been lying to you the whole time. He told you you were an orphan. And of all the people in the world to come after me, why would he send you?
Anyway, moving on. The last thing we watched is the other day actually, and it's a series that has just started on the BBC. It's a French drama and it's got English subtitles. I didn't actually think I was going to like it because of the English subtitles, but it's actually quite a good watch so far. We'll let you guys know how that goes in August on the August movie and TV monthly roundup. And it's just started, like I say, on the BBC, and it's where a village gets turned upside down when 10 surfers go missing for no reason. And that is called The Last Wave. So I'll let you guys know how that actually goes next month's video. Guys, if you want to get involved in them comments down below, please feel free. What's the last thing you guys have watched? Anything worth watching in July? Stick them in them comments down below, please. Also, if you have seen Gemini Man on 4K, what do you reckon of it? What do you actually think of the whole movie? Put them in them comments, guys. Any other 4K movies that are really good and worth watching? Put them in them comments. Anything at all. Also, please remember to like and subscribe if you can. It'd be great to have you on board. You've been watching Carl on the channel Carlinio 9. I will see you guys next week. Take care. Goodbye.